Over the last decade, Travis Scott has embedded himself within hip-hop culture, with several classic albums, iconic live performances, and even some huge collaborations with Fortnite and McDonald's, which took his popularity to new heights. In each year since 2015, Travis has been able to make each album feel like a monumental occasion, even saving rap music at one point. So let's take a look at how each of his albums defined their own eras. Regarded as one of rap's best debut albums, the Rodeo era came at a time where trap music was nowhere near as popular as it is today, but it also came at a time where the subgenre started becoming a lot more melodic, with albums like DS2 and Shrem Life introducing that sound to a much wider audience. It was none other than Travis's Rodeo though that truly managed to push this new sound into the mainstream, and it led to the creation of an entire era of melodic rap music, a genre that goes strong to this day. Backed by some of the biggest names in the industry, T.I. and Kanye West, Travis would have all the tools at his disposal to create something truly special, and that he did. The album featured hits like Antidote, 90210 and Nightcrawler, just to name a few. He managed to combine several sounds in rap music into just one project, and he did it all whilst telling the story of his come up and the transition into fame and success. Travis also managed to merge everything together perfectly to create that dark and grungy feel. The album cover, his mysterious persona at the time, and just the overall aesthetic gave the Rodeo era an unmatchable atmosphere and introduced Travis as rap's first rager. To top it all off, Antidote was even getting radio play, which just emphasizes how big Travis was making trap music. Now I understand I'm just glazing the project at this point, it is one of my favourites ever, but Rodeo is an album that simply can't be recreated, and I personally don't think Travis Scott has ever matched the feeling of his debut album. But he doesn't have to. The Rodeo album and era as a whole was a time in the artist's life that literally can't be replicated. At the time, he hadn't yet made it, and you can feel his hunger and passion through the music. So how did he manage to live up to this incredible debut? Well, in between Rodeo and Astroworld, Travis had quickly risen to become one of the biggest names in rap music, all whilst fathering a child with Kylie Jenner. Whilst Birds in the Trap didn't get its own segment in the video, it earned Travis his first #1 album, so it definitely deserves some recognition. But Astroworld was the next pivotal moment in the artist's career, and a pillar of the modern hip-hop landscape. 2018 was the year rap officially became the most popular genre of music, and the melodic sound Travis Scott helped popularize was at its peak, with albums Culture 2, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and obviously Astroworld selling massive amounts first week. This year is often regarded as one of the most exciting times for rap music, and where you could truly tell artists coming up were being influenced by Travis Scott. Astroworld though was a step away from the dark sound Travis had been giving us before, and a step into the artist's psychedelic style, which we'd heard on a handful of songs previously. As arguably Travis' most iconic era, Astroworld was a great representation of the artist's creativity and ability to delve into and combine several different sounds. Being named after the closed theme park, Travis wanted this project to sound like taking an amusement park away from kids, and the aesthetic surrounding the album definitely portrays that feeling, with the theme park being a focus of the album cover and all of the merchandise associated with the project. The album really showcased Travis's star status and pull power in the industry, as he gathered some of the biggest names in music to contribute, even managing to bring Frank Ocean out of hiding. But what truly managed to make this era special and separate it from the rest is the world that Travis managed to build. From the rollout, which included golden Travis heads popping up all over the world, to the album trailer teasing stargazing, and finally the project's release in the summer, which just enhanced the whole experience. Scientists have actually proved that listening to this album in warmer weather just makes it 10 times better. And whilst it obviously tailed off, this era succeeded in keeping Travis Scott hot until his next album almost 5 years later. But why did he wait so long in between albums? During the wait for Utopia, Travis had many high-profile collaborations, most notably with Fortnite, Nike and McDonald's. Each of these led to Travis being one of the biggest musicians in the world, let alone rap artist. Everything was gearing up for Travis's next album to be absolutely massive. But whilst the Astroworld era was one of the highlights of rap music in the past decade, it was unfortunately tainted by the tragedy that occurred on the 5th of November 2021. As a result of the incident, Travis's initial plans for Utopia were scrapped, which you can learn about in a different video of mine. It completely derailed Travis and all of the momentum he had gained since Astroworld and caused a 5-year wait for Utopia. which takes us all the way to 2023. A year where many considered hip-hop to be in a downward spiral, with rap music rarely being seen near the top of the charts. A complete 180 from when Travis had dropped Astroworld. But as with all of his albums, Utopia would quickly gain massive buzz as the industry prepared for Travis Scott to return. As with Astroworld, the artist would continue to use the entire globe for his rollout, with the iconic Utopia suitcase being seen all over in the hands of several different artists, further fueling the hype for the long-awaited album. Rap music had desperately needed an event like this, and as I said before, each of Travis's albums are a huge occasion for the rap game, with him promoting the rollout globally and teaming up with several different artists. The lead up to Utopia brought us many memorable moments, like the Abbey Road photo and a worldwide festival tour. And once again, Travis had managed to create a whole new atmosphere for Utopia. Whilst it was different from his other eras, it also marked a return to his darker style that we saw in his earlier mixtapes, a style he could fully perfect now that he had every single tool at his disposal and years of experience as a musician. When the album was finally released, it brought life back to rap music, taking over the charts and bringing Travis Scott another #1 rap album. The artist had originally intended to perform the album live at the Pyramids, which would perfectly match the aesthetic Travis had going for Utopia. Unfortunately, this hasn't happened yet, even though he said it would, even after it being cancelled. The Utopia era is still ongoing, but it's already brought us performances like the one at Circus Maximus, where Travis would bring out Kanye West, causing an earthquake in Italy. This came alongside a whole US tour with crazy stage design and an all new set list. Whilst I'm sure the Utopia era won't last nearly as long as Astroworld, it will forever mark the return of Travis Scott.